match number 2 in Modern of Affinity, and this is a good keep. What do I want to see out of my opponent? Ponza? This could be extremely obnoxious, or really easy. One of the two. If he has anger this turn. What? Huh? Like, I know of dredge decks, but... Oh, Vengevine? Is this gonna go like hollow one, hollow one? Man, double hollow one, double Vengevine would be a pretty impressive turn too. Just like this stuff and that stuff don't really go together in my mind, you know? Like, what is going on here? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. What's going on is I attack my opponent down to 5 on turn 3. And I'm at 26, so good luck. Good luck without removal, which you clearly don't have, because if you have a removal, you clearly would have killed the Steel Overseer. Not only do I attack with a lethal Vault Scourge next turn, I also get to attack with 2/2/2 Inkmoth Nexuses that become 3/3s and therefore are lethal in 2 turns because of Steel Overseer. Delicious. I'm going to assume that I actually do want Faithless Looting against the Vengevine deck, or not Faithless Looting, Rest in Peace against the Dredge deck. That seems pretty useful. I haven't actually played against this deck as Affinity yet. So, as long as he doesn't have a lot of lightning bolts, I think I'm good. He does have access to 5 mana though. We can cast a lot of stuff. The only question is the stuff that he casts actually important? Discard 2 Vengevine, play 4 Hollow One. That would be scary. So, my sideboard against this. I don't know about Thoughtseize against this deck. Seems they want to be discarding and they have enough card cycling that it doesn't really matter. I think probably just the Rest in Pieces, and that's it. If he's playing Hollow Ones and is being pretty aggro, then Etched Champion's not particularly hot. I could see like 2 Rest in Peace for 2 Galvanic Blast. Although maybe I want Galvanic Blast so I can kill a Arbor Elf. What's bad against this person? I want to keep all the cheap stuff. Maybe I just take out the Etched Champions. Because they're not fast enough? That could be the line. I don't know. It's hard to make decisions when you've seen like 4 cards in their deck and don't know what their deck's about or what it's going to play to win. I'm like 90% sure it's on this Hollow One Vengevine thing, but heck if I know. I imagine with red-green, though, he's got a lot of hate for Affinity in his sideboard, because everyone does, and because red-green is pretty good at it. And because nonsense like this doesn't look fast enough to beat Affinity without a bunch of hate. Affinity is being hated out pretty hard nowadays. I think it's just been kind of on a high streak for quite a while because of Eldrazi and Grixis Shadow, which are two intrinsically good matchups, being at the top of the heap. And so Affinity's star also rises, and then people pack more hate than normal. Because if Affinity's like number 1 or 2, then they pack more hate than if it's like 5 or 6, maybe 7. When Affinity's like 6th is when it's the best. Which makes no sense, but like when people just like barely respect it because there's other like new scary flavor of the month bullshit that's running around. Anyways. Hooting Mandrills. Okay. That's a 4/4. Four nonsense creature. Oh. Cool. It took 5 minutes to decide that you were dead. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just not enthralled with attacking with 3 mana 2/2s. Let's give this a shot. It's possible that this is the wrong sideboard, but we'll find out together, because this is the first time I've played against this deck. Well, that's easy. Easy mulligan. Sure. To the bottom, I think. I want a Mox Opal. If he dumps anything in his graveyard, I think I'm probably just gonna rest in peace him. And say that both of us will play fair. Yeah, like, if he's dumping 2 Vengevines in play. Although if he puts 2 hollow, like, dump 2 Vengevines, put 2 hollow ones in play, I'll probably just die. Well, that's just discarding random garbage. 1 hollow one, nothing important in the graveyard. Okay, not gonna waste my time with rest in peace then. Oh, where was this last turn? I think I like just playing Cranial Plating, attacking for 4, and then the next turn playing Cranial Plating, attacking for 10. More than trying to have a Steel Overseer go to town when I've only got like 2 creatures. Uh-oh, that looks potentially terrifying. Inferno Titan. Well then. Things I did not expect was Eldritch Evolution for Inferno Titan. Nope, I did not expect that. So against this, I do actually want to bring in my, leave in those edge champions. I still have 1 in my deck, right? Let's see. I think I'm gonna try to shut him off doing anything Nasty with a rest in peace. Playing these both gets them barbecued by Inferno Titan for barely any effort on his part, so there's no point in running them out. Not unless I get like a Ravager. I take 3 down to 12. If he pumps this 3 times, I go to 3 and just die when he attacks on the next turn. Okay, I'm not dead on board, so I don't know why he did it that way, but sure. Ancient Grudge, okay. Yeah, I'm just dead. Well, you know, against Eldritch Evolution, I do actually want these Thoughtseizes. That's a bit scary. Rest in peace. Galvanic Blast. It's fine, I think. You go down an Overseer. Like that. Yeah, I like that. Best card to draw would be a Thoughtseize. If I can Thoughtseize him and see, oh, the coast is clear for me to go all in on Inkmoth Nexus, I'd be really happy. It's too easy for him to just have an Ancient Grudge and make me lose the game for going all in on Ravager. This hand is not hopeless enough that I can't hope to win without going all in. I'm also getting close to the point, since basically everything I have is an artifact. And if I can count to 10 permanents, which I'm currently counting to 8, if I can count to 10 permanents, then I can threaten to just one-shot him. Well, actually, I'll play the Inkmoth, animate both Inkmoths, attack with both. And then, if he doesn't do anything about either of those, then he dies on the next turn to going all in. That Eldritch Evolution, jeez. Turn 3 Inferno Titan. That is disgusting. Anger of the Gods. What you doing, opponent? What you doing? Amping real hard, apparently. Imagine this is like a setup to Grudge, flashback Grudge. Oh hey, check out what I just said. I don't feel like doing anything nonsensey with that. And lo, I am glad I didn't go all in because I would have just horribly lost. Still got an edge champion that's going to be a pain in the ass for him to kill. We'll get there. Pyroclasm and then Ancient Grudge kill the now unprotected edge champion. Yeah. Kind of getting there on Infect though. And he doesn't have all that much removal for it. We might actually do it, because he's got a 2-turn Infect clock on him. As is. And he's only got 2 cards in hand. I imagine that he does not have anything that's going to kill any like instant speed pyroclasm type effects. So it's better for me to animate 3 of these and have him bolt and or grudge them individually than to try to, you know, pump one up big with Ink Moth. And now in the future turns I can start pumping this Ink Moth with the Blink Moths. If he has 3 grudges and a pyroclasm though, this is just going to have been a miserable game to play. Edge champion, how do I feel about that? I can edge champion or I can get 2 poison in. He is not presenting a clock to me. I just want to kill him fast. Edge champion is not doing irrelevant damage nor blocking anything important. And if I was going to play edge champion and start trying to get in with Ink Moths, I'd leave it pretty exposed. Him being tapped out kind of makes me more inclined to... He discarded Hooting Mandrills though. So that's a sign he's got something decent in his hand. Maybe he's playing a Inferno Titan? He shocks me down to 15. Okay. So, let's see. If I play Edge Champion, and he has removal, then I lose the Edge Champion. Actually, let's start with the important. 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. If he has untapped red, and I don't leave a blocker, I die. If he has... I think I'm not going to take the gamble on no untapped red source. So I'm going to play the Edge Champion. He's going to attack, do 3 to me. I block and then animate a Blink Moth. And then I'll metal craft, but that's only if he screws up with that relevant. Eh. Not the ideal situation. I need him to not have removal. And then next turn, I attack for 1 with Ink Moth. And then attack for 3 on the turn after that. Or attack for 2 on the turn after that. Because I want to leave up more mana to keep my Etched Champion alive. Or I draw another mana source and just kill him. Now, if he has the removal, he removes it in response to okay. Now, if I wasn't quite as close to dead as this, like he couldn't say there wasn't a realistic world where he killed me on the next turn, where he just had like untap red or whatever. Oh. Well, shit. Alright. So, Hornet Queen. What do I do about Hornet Queen? Well, I'll start attacking with an Etched Champion. I think that's my first order of business. You know, I might actually feel better about this than if he had played something else. Yeah. It's not my favorite to see the Hornet Queen, but I do have an Etched Champion, so I can still attack through. Vengevine. Vengevine is not fun. Whew. It's attacking for 7. I don't want to throw something away uselessly against the Vengevine. So, let's see. Vault Scourge against... I could take 8. And go to 4. Which means that I have to block at least 4 things on the following turn. That doesn't seem great. Okay, so let's see. I have 3 Ravagers, 3 Galvanic Blasts, 4 Cranial Platings still in my deck. Cranial Plating. How much do I need to keep alive for Cranial Plating to be lethal and or good enough? Need 9 artifacts, including the Cranial Plating, which is not possible. So I can't one-shot him with Cranial Plating. Logically, that follows that I also cannot one-shot him with, so it would be a 2-shot, so I want to survive 2 turns of attacks. which means if I block Vault Scourge on Insect, and then Plating Equip, I have one more blocker. So then the next turn, I've taken 7 down to 5, block there and there, and I take 4. Okay. I'm gonna block just the Vault Scourge on an Insect. With that, I need to hold the Edge Champion back to block because having drawn that Spire of Industry, I'm just not winning a race. Don't tell me this is an Inferno Titan. Another Vengevine. Ugh. Basically, I'm trading off all my lands this turn. How does this look? I take 5 and go to 1. I will have 4 enemy creatures left alive. Okay, so I have to block here. Yeah, that does not look good for me. Let's see, I block. Man, him drawing business. You know what? Him only having like 2 lands all game is really what did it. I guess that's to thank for the insolent neonates, but he only had a few insolent neonates to loot away lands. Oh well. Well, that was close. GG, opponent. GG.